I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty good. Yes! Let's start by talking trash today. By the way, I'm not even talking to you guys. Listen to Gucci Mane. Only Time by Gucci Mane. Heavy. Heavy. Guys, I'm on limited sleep. I just started hanging out in the altitude tent again. You guys can see the vascularity blasting through the pink pythons, the pale pythons, as I like to call them. I am fucking ripped right now. It's solid. Everything's starting to come together. You guys can get on my plan for 3 easy payments of $10,000. So don't be cheap. Join the party. So let's start out with some trash talk. And I want to read things before I get too deep. Let's see here. Ugh. All right. You guys ready for this? I've been saying this for a while. And nobody fucking listens. And I was at a competition this weekend, and I still saw, what do you mean? I hosted the competition, and I still saw asshats fucking taking this stuff and spending the money on it. So right here, UCI recommends against the use of legal ketone supplements among professional cyclists due to lack of performance benefit evidence. UCI, the governing body of cycling, kind of important, kind of somewhat validated, verified, bona fide, backed by a ton of money. You know, they got some decent researchers. They caught Lance Armstrong eventually. Well, they didn't fucking catch Lance, but they caught some other people. So the governing body, the UCI, today has set out its position against the use of ketone supplements for the first time, saying it sees no reason for them to be used by professional cyclists. Ketone supplements use has become increasingly popular among cyclists and endurance athletes, with riders openly drinking from small bottles of ketone supplements after races as casually as they ingest cherry and other sugar recovery drinks. However, the UCI now has come out against their use because they are too performance enhancing. They're not too performance enhancing, basically. But in fact, because the benefits are not proven. So let's just check the price on these things. Okay, let's just see. This is a popular company. Okay. So for a 24 case, you're looking at $84. You can get some decent flavors. It's got 1,700 reviews, all idiots. And, you know, subscribe, you get 108. So it's 120. So you're looking about $5 a shot. Is that correct? Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So what the fuck? And like, listen, I think what happens every couple years is somebody says, hey, let's get these fuckers with this new idea and make some cash. It's the typical pump and dump. It's just waves of marketing. And I would say probably the most of it's kind of what happens with a lot of the sports that I've been involved in. An idea comes up, then like investment firms get a hold of it, and then they just crank it as high as they can get it, and they get as many profits out of it as possible, and then they just wait for it to crash, and then they just allow it to kind of hit shambles, and they're on to the next project. So I don't know. I've been kind of telling you guys for like a half decent long time. What else do we got to talk about? You know, I'll start with this. We just finished the Hypercon Games, and it was amazing. It was probably the toughest year that I've ever been a part of on the orchestration side, and it was the most rewarding and exciting thing to be a part of as far as the implementation and then like the result from the athletes and just watching kind of these storylines emerge along the weekend. And to me, I think what a lot of people don't get about this experience is it's supposed to be kind of this like rite of passage. It's a challenge. That's what it's become more so of every single year. Like the first year we had 3 events one day. Second year we had, I think, like 10 events over 2 days or something like that. Third year, it's 3 days and I think 17 events. Last year, 3 days, 15 events. And each one of them being unique in their own design. Like Lost in the Woods, you are literally lost in the fucking woods. I'm hiding in the woods up in the mountains and I'm blowing a loud horn and you have to come find me. And there's a time cut. And if you don't get me fast enough, you have big penalties. Now, what I recognize is, not everybody is supposed to be great at everything. That's not the point of this weekend. They're supposed to be kind of a hero for every workout and a hero for every day. And a hero of the weekend. The interesting thing is that I witnessed with certain people, I will not mention names. They probably know who they are, and knowing who they are, they're not going to make this an easy statement. It will come back to me in some way, shape, or form. There were some people that were so resistant to the design of the weekend that they made it their core being to be a disruptor in the way that their discomfort had to be poured out on everybody else because they couldn't handle themselves in that moment. And it's interesting to see when you hand people challenges, who they become. Some people will work with camaraderie. Some people will double down. Some people will fall apart. And some people will intentionally become disruptors because the way they feel inside, they need everybody else outside of them to feel that way. And it was very interesting to witness it. These kind of rites of passage are supposed to be a growth experience and see who you are on the other side. And it's not meant to make everybody make it. Some people will drop out. Some people will get hurt. Some people will just really not enjoy themselves. And to watch somebody, people that I'm very familiar with, some friends with, turn into that different version, the version that we're not really looking for. We're trying to filter those people out. And we're trying to help adapt those people and help them grow and maybe see a different version of themselves. And all of a sudden, when they keep on hitting that moment, rather than being the same person every single time, they reshape themselves to travel through time and space and become a better person because of it. It's wild. It's wild to me to see it. And what we are is kind of this, you've been to the circus. There's kind of like the ringleader of it all. That's what I'm doing, is I'm kind of orchestrating things as time goes on, and there's different shows and different peoples and different experiences. And we're trying to make the flow a certain way. But I will say that was one opinion of it. Then there's this entire other existence of these people that rose to the occasion. There was this one girl, I'm going to screw up her name, and it's because it's like Krista, I don't know. I'm screwing this up. I'm super sorry. She was one of the quickest and most aggressive female athletes throughout the weekend, and then she got hurt. Christiana. Thank you, Tito. Then, instead of getting upset, complaining, making an issue, throwing a flag on the field, she just kept on showing up. And then she won the last workout of the weekend. From like 24 plus hours of being injured and down, she won the last workout, which is wild. Another story is this guy named Marcus, and he was in a good position most of the weekend, and then like the second to last workout, he got hurt. And he could have stopped. And this guy continued to work his way all the way around the 400-meter track for the Boathlon. Didn't fucking stop. Limping his way in. Character. How you handle hard situations, who you become in hard situations, how you hold yourself, how you show other people to hold themselves. It's so important. I've just recognized that there's been such a cultural issue in the world nowadays that when something happens and people don't like it, they immediately complain. They don't change who they are at their core to maybe handle the situation better. They don't try to adapt to the situation. They just complain and they assume that everyone should come in and coddle them. That's what babies do. Babies cry and then you coddle them a little bit, but then as they adapt and get smarter and grow stronger, they learn how to handle themselves in environments on their own and adapt without mommy and daddy holding their hands. But I wanted to address that because I think maybe people who are listening to this maybe have been there before and maybe are questioning why they are like that or what happens. And it's like, look at that version of yourself. Don't let it take over. The strongest athletes are the ones that can manage their emotions the best. They truly do. They handle adversity and then they execute through adversity. That's what those athletes I was talking about at the end are. It was insane. It was insane. There was this girl, Megan. Shit, I kept my eye on her the entire wood chop section, and I was like, wood chopping was tough. They're big, fucking hard pieces of oak. And a lot of these people had never picked up an axe before. And from there, this girl just kept on chopping away. Every once in a while, I'd kind of just drop in, just say, hey, try it like this. And then I'd walk away. Wouldn't give her too much information, just let her have it. That girl with like 20 seconds to go on a 20-minute wood chop executed. That was one of the cooler things I witnessed all weekend because people would have quit. You easily could have quit, but she never quit. And those are some of my favorite moments of the weekend. Just wild. Just wild. So other than ketones being fake, that was something I wanted to talk about. Let's see here. This is pretty insane. So I was listening to a piece yesterday. It was in this interesting book. If you guys want to read this, give me 2 seconds. I'll get the name of the book so that you could potentially read it. The book's name is Run Elite. They were talking about, based off of Lance Armstrong's physiological markers, VO2 max, lactate threshold, body mass, that when Lance Armstrong left cycling, they had predicted based off of those metrics that he was potentially available to run a 2:01 marathon, which was a world record at the time. And a lot of the people that had, the calculator predicted this, but a lot of people disagreed with the calculator. Eventually, I think he ran like a 2:59. So literally 50 plus minutes slower than the predictor said. And this is Lance Armstrong, the cyclist of all cyclists. And let's see here. Then you got this guy, which is sick. The Valencia half marathon just happened. And this dude right here, his name's Jimmy Whelan, just ran. He was an ex-professional cyclist who started running in 2024 after an 8-year break. Which, if anybody's sitting here and basically saying to themselves, is there 2 streams going on right now, Kipping It Real? I don't know what that means. But basically, this dude was able to run a 61:28. Well, fuck. How do I get out of here? Let me go back into the studio, see if I can fix this. I don't even know what that means, dude. Give me 2 seconds to finish this thing, and I'll try to fix it. Go look at your live page. You're splitting your view in half? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But listen, right here, this guy, 61:28, which is insane. If you look at the entire opportunity of Lance Armstrong and this guy, I've never even heard of this guy. He ran a 61 half marathon. Like, for sure, this guy, if he trained, he's a 2:10 marathoner, no question, based off this. And he could probably break even faster, but that's an insane opportunity. It's like a vertical stream for phones. Well, how the fuck do I change that? Give me a second. My scenes? I don't know what that means, guys. Present, vertical stream, show vertical stream. I don't even know how to end that. Dude, I'm not going to lie. This thing just updated, and I fucking hate it. And these apps, dude, let's just have a rant about technology. This phone's 2 months old. It's a screaming piece of shit. It is a piece of shit. I don't get it. It's worse than my last two phones. It's the most advanced phone that's on the market right now. I don't know why I just spent like fucking $1,400 on the thing. It's a piece of shit. It's a brick that shines and makes noise at me. That's what it is to me. It's a piece of shit. This computer thing that I'm on right now, it's another Apple device. It's a piece of shit. I had to shut it down again while using this thing. I don't understand why all these app companies and technology companies keep on trying to make things more advanced, because in the end, it just makes things more complicated. It makes things more complicated, and then all of a sudden, the app, like the new edition of this iteration of this app, now all of a sudden doesn't work with this phone. It stresses it out, and it just fucks us. I'm so sick of your shit. I'm so sick of the people that own these companies. Someone deserves to get a throat punch. I'm not talking about chin. I'm talking about soft meat. I'm going for the fucking Adam's apple. Stop your shit. Okay? Nobody wants a new update. Nobody wants a new charging port that's going to make my life a little bit faster. And then all of a sudden I go into airports and I can't fucking buy that cord because it doesn't exist. We're sick of your shit. Okay? And I don't want this other adaptation vertical screen, which just updated. Fuck you guys. Thank you for standing by my side. I'm just sick of this shit. I don't get it. Like, what happened to just like AIM Instant Messenger? It was simple, but it worked. The hell? What the fudge brownies is going on here? Dude, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Listen, I work for Puma, and I'm lucky I have a great relationship with Puma. They don't make swag like this. This is back in the 1990s, the women's pro golf tour. Look at the swag on these chicks. If you guys brought this back, like, I'm not going to lie, nobody wants another tight Lycra outfit with just your branding on it. No originality whatsoever. Like LSKD, I've got nothing specifically against LSKD, but LSKD is just the most void existence of any kind of inspiration or excitement when it comes to clothing. And same with all these other companies. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Look at this swagger. The micro bob with the Argyle mixture of pastels. Lord, give me strength. That's awesome. Look at this right here. That, you put a little Puma sign on that, I'm wearing it. Okay? You give me this little swagger right here with a micro tuck, I'm wearing it. What's that? There's a leopard on the course? Could somebody give me some flair? Could somebody give me just a little bit of spice in the room? A little bit of nutmeg on that thing. What the hell is this? What is that hat? I wish I could zoom in, but I'm pretty sure that that's diamond encrusted. That's bedazzled. And then this front-loaded square right here with the pleats. I mean, who's this big mama? Look at her crouching down on that bad boy. Look at the shape and the cut of these shorts. You know that's custom rigged. Oh, why can't anybody make something with a little bit of spice? Nike. What happened to you guys? Puma. Puma, actually, I'm not going to lie, gives me a little bit of spice. Like this right here. This is like a Puma Realtree hat. They gave me this whole camoed out hunting outfit that's for golf. Fire. Chris takes care of me. But these girls right here, dude, they will steal your credit card at the bar, run up a tab, and then just go sink putts all day. These two girls right here are devils on the run. I like them. They aren't even to get charged with the crimes that they do because they got swagger. You can't take a mug shot of these chicks. It's just fire. Damn, dude. The kind of guts you got to have to wear some tights underneath a pair of shorts like that. with the scrunchy socks. I don't even know if this is a chick. But all I got to say, guys, is if you could bring a little bit of flair back, I'd be excited. I'd be excited. Puma does take care of me. They got really, really interesting stuff, but it's not for athletes. It's just part of this like other line of lifestyle stuff. And I get a hold of it and I'm like, I'm gonna wear the shit out of this thing. But I'm not gonna lie, dude. The entire fitness industry has just like kind of fallen into this gutter of non-inspirational clothing. I think that's why Represent did so well, is they like got out. They got out and they made it spicy. But you guys got to do something. You guys got to do something. Ooh. You know, I kind of want to save these things because I made an entire podcast about riding bulls and horses. So you guys got to vote. Do you guys want to get into that right now, or do you want a whole 60-minute segment of the history of bull riding and riding horses in bovine existence? You guys got to vote. You guys got to vote. But I'm telling you right now, it would be a whole 60 minutes. I can't start right now. I can't start right now. Just saying. But we do have bulls and horses, but I'm just saying, you guys got to understand, I don't have good impulse control. I mean, these things are fucking crazy. You should see the shit that I found. I went down a rabbit's hole. I had so many tabs brought up this morning that it crashed my computer. Like, I don't even know what the hell these things are. That's part of the reason. Like, I'll admit, I'll share this one because it's radical. I think about this. That's kind of my face. But I basically was kind of looking at like the worst hits and then also the people who are like the $8 million men. But peep this dude right here. Chuck, Spinneroonie, unconscious. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring these things up is because I wanted to compare crashes to also income ratio, because I think it's very interesting. Like, there's clearly like ego and pride in this thing, culturally. Like, you're not going to live in my town and ride a bull better than me if my name's Hunter McIntyre and I'm in a country bumpkin town. I'll tell you right now. So I will sacrifice my body and my brain to beat you. But then once you get into the upper echelon of this shit, it's crazy. Like, it's really crazy how much money these dudes make. And then I just recognize, I'm like, what am I doing high rocks for when I could just be a billionaire? Look at this guy. I mean, so clearly this guy's getting stomped out. Now, if you think about it, his homies didn't do a good job at all. Okay, look at this. Still, nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's doing nothing. I'm just telling you right now, if you were my homie and you let me get kicked that many times, I'm going to kick you that many times. I'm telling you right now, here's what I would do. I got a cattle prod and a thing of barbecue sauce, and I'm letting that cow know that I'm going to eat it on the spot if it touches my homie. I'll have a conversation. Okay? That's what you can expect if I'm your co-rider. Okay, yes. We can't talk about bulls for too long. What we can talk about is how sick this sport is right here. Te animas a participar. I don't know what that means. But this is very clearly one of the coolest cultural events in the history of time. It's very clear that there's this town somewhere down, I'm assuming South America, and there's a horde of people that start at the top, and then they race down the hill for time. Chase the cheese. Downhill races are the dopest. Now, just to give you guys context, I tried to get these guys to run downhill at Hypercon Games this weekend for like 50 feet, and they thought it was too dangerous. This right here has to be the better part of a half mile. Look at this. This is where you start, by the way, the race, on the edge of a church, which is radical, which is so radical. Hop off, time trial down. And there's your house down there. You got to get to it. And these guys are clearly rushing, just beating the living shit out of each other in their quads. And look at this. There's an ambulance. Yeah, sure. But people are still doing it. That's called courage. I love this sport. Like, for me, people wonder how I create the events for Hypercon Games because I'm on the internet researching shit. And I'm like, this should be an event. This should be an event, and you guys should have to just chuck yourselves downhill as hard as you possibly can. Do I still have a split screen? Okay. Interestingly enough, I was at Pepperdine yesterday speaking to the students on this question. They said, what's the best recovery methods? A hard mind, dude. I think that having a hard mind is the most important recovery method. Nobody who's pushing hard feels great. That's a luxury for people that are not pushing hard. So the reality is having a hard mind and being able to show up even when it's tight, it hurts, you got blisters, whatever, you got to go. You got to go regardless. Next, water. Next, probably those boots, the recovery boots. Next, sauna and ice bath. But admittedly, I have all of these things, and I eat a ton of food, and I lay down on the floor and put my boots on, and I maybe use the other things one every 3 days. So, like cryotherapy, I think that's a scam. Sports massage, I think it's a pleasurable thing. I think it's necessary when you have problems, but I've been the kind of guy who's gotten 2 massages a week. And I've been the kind of guy who's gone 2 years without a massage. I probably lean for the second, the latter. Yeah, sleep's critical too, obviously, but, that's so boring to talk about. You guys are all suckers wearing your whoops. Whoops are identical to ketones. You guys just continually get suckered into buying these things. I have every single device under the sun, every single one. And you guys can go through all of my tech, all my videos, and what do you see me wearing all the time? It's this. Who gives a flying fuck about the other things? It doesn't even make sense. The best athletes I've ever met are not these technological sounding boards. They're not just a satellite dish with pins all over their body trying to get data. They're just hard fucking dudes and chicks. Rory Bozio, if you guys don't know who this chick is probably, listen, I don't know Courtney well enough, but before Courtney became Courtney DeWalter, Rory Bozio was Courtney DeWalter. And I still to this day think arguably maybe she was better. He did a show with me called Boundless. This chick literally almost won every single event that we went to. And she held the record at UTMB. She was a 2-time winner. She just would go everywhere and destroy everything. I don't know if you can tell because these pictures, like here's her winning UTMB. Do you see no technology on her whatsoever? Dude, she would run with like one of those shitty $5 Timexes. She destroyed. There's us. There's us back in the day doing that show together. This girl was a monster. Destroyed everybody. And then she just retired. She's like, I'm done with it. No technology. Beast. Freakish beast. You guys are getting suckered. Long stretching sessions? What are we, yoga athletes? Get out of here. Get out of here. Grayson. It was a baby face. I was handsome and rugged. What can I say? I was a young wee lad. Oh. This is a good one. God, you guys are kind of fucking up my show. But I'll do it. I'll do it just because I missed you guys. Okay, so check this out. This is another one of those things where I was comparing kind of crashes to income ratio. Hanging horses, we'll get into it, but separated rib, punctured lung. Here's you and all your friends. This guy clearly right here, he doesn't do shit. He's kind of heavy. This guy right here, he's the head honcho. This horse, he's trying to catch one of these steers, which I think is the craziest thing. Leaping off of a horse at 20 to 30 miles an hour into a living animal covered with spikes on it, savage as fuck. Look at that face. Look at that lock-in. To even have the guts to wear a hat, wild. Now pause. You guys can see this horn right here, correct? And now you see the horn entering probably about 3 inches below the man tit. And now you can see it just shifting his rib cage, his lungs. Now you can see his face. He's questioning all of his decisions up until this point. Oh. Fucking A, dude. And he's just dusted on the ground. Yeah. Oh, dude. There's also another one of these things where I just don't get it. These ultramarathons and then the foot fetish porn. Can someone explain to me why the super ultramarathons have become so popular? You know, I come from that background a long time ago. And the athletes that get into this are the ones that last the least amount of time. It's career destroying. Career destroying. So what you do is you get up onto the shelf. Well, David Goggins was doing that stuff a long time ago. It's just in these past 2 to 4 years that it's become super popular. But it's career destroying. People who do this end up with heart problems, hormone problems, hair problems, joint problems, and permanent feet problems. Foot tats are just gnarly, dude. Who the fuck? But it's just wild. And this is the guy. Do you see this baby face? Mark my words. Let's just do some research on this guy. He is going to look like a pug within 3 years from now. He's got that cute little boyish face. Look at that smile. Yep. Young, boyish. Pug. Very soon. Very soon. Dude, look at Killian. Okay, hold on. Killian. You can't really tell, but you can see the weathering. Like, I've been face to face with him many times. The weathering on his face. And then you look at, now this is the best in the entire world. Boyish young face. And then eventually it just doesn't work out. It does not work out. You're aging in dog years. And listen, I respect these guys. It's their kind of sporting thing, but I just think that those are the best and you guys look up to them. And now you guys are going to the realm. You ain't going to make it. Now, this is interesting. Norwegian cardiologists say that blood pressure tears vessels not from stress, but from one action we think is healthy. So this right here shows that the highest probability for stroke rate is actually men waking up early in the morning and doing ice baths and cold showers. And this is a study after 25 years of research and over 800 morning strokes cases from 30 to 50. It shared a 74% factor. And basically, at 7 a.m., blood pressure naturally spikes from 140 to over 90, even in healthy individuals. And then cold water instantly constricts it in 2 seconds, and the pressure surges to 200 to 130. And this is giving people strokes. And like, I'll give you an example. Andy Frisella. Morning. So this guy wakes up in the morning, and I'm not trying to blame Andy for anything. Like, he's not trying to inspire people getting hurt. But it's really common for these guys to talk about how getting in the ice bath early in the morning or taking a shower early in the morning becomes this part of your routine, my masculine routine. Now, I'll totally admit, I even sometimes will wake up and hike up the hill and jump in my pool, or I'll jump in the ice bath, just be like, let's fucking go. But based off that study, with a 74% likelihood across all the verified tests in 25 years in that one study, they showed that that was related to a massive amount of strokes for men. So be careful, because I know all these dudes on the internet are getting suckered into buying ice baths. Like, that dude, Outlaw Seeker, is saying, oh, I want to buy, how do I recover? And then all of a sudden, an influencer gets on there. It's like, you should buy this ice tub and code Hunter25. And then all of a sudden you go out there and you're dead. Now, I can't say that the ice tub is directly what's going to kill you. Maybe it's some other things. But when you see studies like that, you're like, holy shit. I just think that a lot of what people are doing now today and their routines come from people who have no fucking clue what they're talking about. And it just spreads around because I do it and I'm a fucking lunatic. And then everyone's like, Hunter's cool, I'm going to do it too. And then next thing you know, you buy one, then you tell your friend, then your friend buys one, your friend buys one. And it all comes from one idiot at the top. And shit rolls downhill. So just something to think about. I don't want you guys to die. I don't want you guys to die. Yeah, that's that study. There's twice. God. Sumo wrestling champions are back. It's fucking hot. Look at this guy. Look at this. Big boy. Look at this one. It's the duck. It's the duck. Show him the duck. I think, is this the one where he does the duck? Hold, reposition, lock in. I like this class right here. Check out how classy they are. They don't want, they don't want your ass cheeks hanging out. So this is the tuck. But I think this is the one where he does the sick flip. Wait for it. One of these guys is really good at the duck. Look at that. Yeah. Keep that ass tight, boy. I don't want to be seeing no cake around here. Look at this. Come on. Duck. Oh, that duck! You wish, dude. You fucking wish you had the guts. Yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, I've been doing a lot of research on sumo wrestling. It's coming back. You know what's crazy is like sumo wrestling is coming back, but boxing isn't. Boxing is so fucking boring right now. It's like, why the hell would I spend a pay-per-view to watch these duds who aren't exciting fight for like 60 minutes? Meanwhile, you got these gigantic guys slapping the shit out of each other, and it's got me jazzed up. Like, these are the kind of bodies I want to see fight. Like, do you think I want to see, what the hell is the name of that big gypsy guy out of England? You know what I'm talking about? Dude, nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see, yeah. Listen, the Paul brothers kind of destroyed boxing, and good for them for making it their environment. Tyson Fury. Who the fuck wants to see Tyson Fury fight? That guy literally looks like a trailer park drunk, and I am surprised that he is a contender. Like, we grew up watching Mike Tyson, a fucking pit bull of a man. Like, I would do anything to see that man in his era come up into this generation of boxers and murder people. Then I'd watch. But this right here, they're bringing back sumo wrestling. I'm about it. You know, it's insane. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is a sick move. You don't got these kind of guts. A fucking wrist flip. This guy right here, I think, is a Polish wrestler. He's not Japanese. But let's go back. Dude, look at this. Pop, 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 pop. Titty slap. Titty slap. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to get up on your belly, dude. Now watch this. Homeboy, you see this wrist control right here? Homeboy's going to use it for a twist and flip. To be able to take another man by the wrists and flip his whole body, that's sick. To watch you in padded gloves slap each other in the face and dance around for $50 million, I ain't buying into it. Damn. This guy right here is even surprised, like, fuck. Stallion. Megan the Stallion would be good at this sport. Yeah, he's a trailer park drunk. Tyson Fury is rich as fuck. Yeah, I get it. I think we've all been duped into the boxing thing. Boxing has become WWE, and now we are paying for it as if it's boxing, but it's just another iteration of WWE. So we're the suckers. We're the suckers. We're still paying for it. And every single time I pay for a boxing fight, it sucks ass. And look at this. Like, I'm obsessed with sports. We've been here for a while talking about it. When you have fighters not wanting to fight it will harm boxing. I've been waiting 5 years to watch Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. After Spence tried every trick in the book to avoid fighting Bud. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's also another thing. It's like, I don't really get it. That's why I think I appreciate the UFC, just because, like, if you are a super freak in MMA, you're in the UFC. And if you don't fight, then your belt gets taken. Like, what's his name? What's the name of the big black guy who just knocks everybody out and he hasn't fought in a couple of years? He always gets in trouble and gets arrested. Help me out here. Somebody with some logic, goddammit. Someone will say it. God, this is a sick post. Not Francis. John Jones. John Jones has been avoiding a fight, but they just kind of dumped it to the side. There you go. This is fucking crazy. Supposedly Iowa State or University of Iowa, one of the two. Iowa State literally got caught, their whole team, for taking pets. Not whole team, but literally in a short period of time, their top 7 athletes were not racing the next race because they all got caught for doping, which shines light onto the whatever it's called, the kind of measures that they take in NCAAs. And now that the NIL is there and these guys are getting pumped so much money and they're not really drug testing at a good level, it's insane. Like, look at this. They were ranked number 1 in this ranking, which is insane. And then all of a sudden, they all just got caught. They all got caught. I like this. I like this a lot. Now we're playing into some storytelling. Obviously, I don't want people cheating, but it's a fucking story. This is another really interesting thing. A lot of these people are coming from different countries and they are running like professionally, competing professionally, and then going through NCAAs. Like, I think the structure of what's happening with sports and NCAAs, like the core of its values are gone. It's gone. And now it's just one of these kind of things where the NIL and recruiting systems, it's just like whoever the fuck we can get our hands on. Whoever we can get our hands on, we don't care where they come from. We don't care if they lie on their birth certificate and they're like 35. It's insane. I don't know about the double stream thing, dude. We already talked about that. You're late to the party. This thing sucks ass. Wait, is this going to help? I don't know if that helps. I don't know what's going on. Did that change it? Anybody? You guys are terrible at communication. Okay? It is a cute shirt. Thank you. This is interesting. Ah, fuck. All right, whatever. I don't want to go look at my YouTube page. I don't want to. We have to get through this stream. Okay, guys? I'm here. You're here. I'm tired of your sass. Do you guys put on shows with valuable information and great, consistent conversations about life, love, and longevity? The boys do make the noise. What's up, Coob? He fucking knows. Sick of your guys' shit. This is interesting. I've been saying this for a while that I don't think athletes are necessarily getting better. I think we're just getting better equipment. And this is crazy. Sebastian Coe closed with a 12.1 over the last 100 meters with slower tracks, slower shoes, and after a full Olympic schedule, after running basically a 54-second last 400. And this is in the Olympics back when, dude? Let's see here. This is the fastest kick to the finish line in history. Look at this bad boy right here. We all think that what's-his-face is such a stud. Let's see here. Love this person. Okay, Cole Hawker. How do you spell Hawker? Last 400. So interesting. This right here, guys, look at this. 53 seconds, 53.3. This guy, with all shittier equipment, ran a 54.5 and the fastest 100. So now these are the greatest athletes, probably like 50, 60 years later. And it's insane. Like, this is so dope to look at. I love these old stories where you're just like, dude, the beasts are still back in the day. These guys these days, soft, carbon-plated shoes. Bah, we're not having it. Did Cole get hurt? He was pissed. Cole did get hurt. Cole got some head-to-head contact at Hypercon Games. It was sad. It was sad. It was really sad. And I'm not happy about it, obviously. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say what's gonna. Cole's gonna recover though. Cole's gonna recover. I gotta take my pills, guys. This is gonna be difficult. What do you guys think the likelihood is I'm gonna poop my pants? High, if not insanely high. I shouldn't have said that on the live stream. That's inappropriate. Let's see if there's anything else interesting to talk about. Oh, fuck. That's a bullfighting one. Speaking right here, guys, the FIS is basically saying there's no Russians or Belarus athletes at the World Cup or Olympics after this decision. So it's official. There will be no cross-country skiers from Russia or Belarus competing in the World Cup this winter. Therefore, none of the Milano Cortina 26 Olympic Games either. I don't know what the bandwidth is on this thing, but shit, man. The Russians had to have done something so bad, which they did, and it was a government-funded program, but it's just freaking wild, dude. Like, it's wild, wild, wild to see that these guys are still in trouble. Like, obviously, it's pretty easy, as you guys can see with the NCAA. Is like you can go into other countries and get scholarships or green cards, things like that. But damn, they are still cut out. And maybe it's also probably because of the war that's going on. But there's just levels of shit. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. God, I love that page. You know, I think we did it. I'm going to come back with a whole bull show. I think Jake Dearden's also going to come on the podcast next week if you guys want to be a part of that. We're going to talk about lifelong loves of exercise and sportinas. And beyond that, I feel like we can put a cork in it. I think we have told the stories. We've had the funds. And I got to go get in shape, guys. I got to go keep it tight. Right now, I'm going to go do ski erg intervals. I'm going to go 1,500, 1,200, 800, 400. All at race pace. So I'm excited to see what happens. I got to warm the body up a little bit. I got to get a heart rate monitor on. What's the internet? Something wrong with it? Shit. All right, boys and girls. I had fun. It was nice while it lasted. Hugs and kisses. You know where to find me. Peace.